My name is Brian Ellie. I'm the parts and accessory specialist for Volkswagen in the Northeast region. Today I'm going to review remote engine start and all of the resources and tools available to help you sell this very popular DIA item. Many of our stores are having success with this item, and it's something that if you spend a little bit of time developing a plan in your store, you could be successful with it as well. SUV sales continue to drive accessory sales here in the Northeast region. Remote engine start is one of those items that add convenience. It can come standard on some vehicles as a factory or port installed accessory. It can also exist in the form of extended range remote start, and that is something that is added on the dealer level only. It adds up to a quarter-mile range, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. There's also the app-enabled remote start. That's a very, very cool feature. If you have the CarNet app, and on virtually every 2020 and newer model, you can essentially start your Volkswagen from anywhere where you have Wi-Fi or cellular coverage there. So a very neat feature. So why should we offer our customers remote start? First of all, the customer's wants and needs, convenience I mentioned, personalization, and then the value. What they get, being able to warm their vehicle on a cold winter's day, or to cool their vehicle off in the dead of summer. It's something that customers, when they realize it, that they can get that on their Volkswagen, it's something they want and that they will pay for. With that, of course, comes the gross profit opportunity, and there are opportunities with all of the departments in the store: parts, service, sales, and F&I. There's an opportunity there as well. And then, of course, as you purchase more accessories, you have the potential increase in your accessories bonus of up to 15% back as well. And finally, the promotion of an accessories culture. Again, remote start is one of those items that has a wow factor when customers have it. They use it pretty much every day. I know I use my remote start function pretty much every single day. When customers know that they can get an item like that in your dealership, they consider it custom, almost like a modification, and especially younger customers that would tend to go outside of the dealership to another type of shop to get something like that installed. When they know that you can do that, well, they're going to also think about some other accessories down the road when they have that camping trip and they need some transport accessories, a roof rack, etc. Instead of thinking of a local bike shop or a sporting goods store, they're going to think of you first. And it's also, if you can get that plan put in place to sell a DIA item like remote start, your staff will also begin to change the way they think. Your sales department, instead of just simply looking to push vehicles out the door as quickly as possible, will be looking for those DIA opportunities. Your service department, your technicians will be more motivated when they realize that they can, that selling accessories, installing accessories are profitable. And then my parts department, I'm sure I don't need to explain to you the profit that can be gained from selling more and more DIA. So I think you already know why you should be selling it. So now let's get into some of the nuts and bolts of what we do. How can we use the tools that are available to sell remote start? First and foremost, the online accessory catalog. The parts department, I'm sure you're well aware of going to VW Hub and then click on the online accessories link. That will take you to a page that looks something like what you see here. The great thing about this online accessory catalog is that this is something that faces the dealership. It's something the parts department can use, as well as service and sales. But there is also a public side to this catalog, and customers can go in and they can get information on DIA here as well. So if you plug in this 2021 Atlas and you click on comfort and protection, you would eventually dial down to electronics, and then you can pull up the remote start kits. Here are the different kits that are available here for an Atlas, and you see the pricing here as well. We'll get into the different kits and what they mean. But the great thing about the using the online accessory catalog as a resource is just the amount of information that is here. Obviously, you can see the pictures and the descriptions, part numbers. Pricing, of course, is important. The MSRP is displayed for customers to see. But then if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, the dealers have access to all these tabs here. Dealer notes, wiring diagrams, and this dealer tab has labor time units, as you can see here, 1 hour on this extended range kit. Application, what this fits, and on and on. And there's lots of information there. I encourage you, parts managers, to share this information with your service team and your sales team as well, so that they can look up this information as well. Another resource out there, VW Cup, that is through our Volkswagen Academy. They have been growing their training library and have been putting more and more accessories on. And there is an installation video for the remote start. It's a 2.5-minute video, and it shows you just how easy the extended range remote start kit is to install. It's pretty remarkable. I encourage you to take a look at it. Another neat feature is the Q&A area here. As you can see, technicians, sales consultants even can go in and place questions on an item like this remote start, and they'll get an answer here as well. So it's a great place if you don't find the information you need with all the resources available and you still have questions. This is a great resource here for you as well. Also in the cup, there are other training assets like this, the application guide here that shows that this is actually a user guide, shows what the buttons do. It's another nice little piece that you can print out and have in an F&I office if you don't necessarily want to display pricing, but you want to get customers interested in the feature. This is something that you can wear around the dealership as well. The other resource here at your fingertips through the IQs, the after sales IQ, marketing IQ. Also, we've been growing our library of resources under accessories. So you see the path right here at the top, resources and accessories, and then fact sheets. Fact sheets for the accessories are then broken up into the different categories here. Remote start falls under comfort and protection, and this is the page that it brings you to here. And there's some other accessories here as well. You see bumper right here. You have fact sheet on extended range, and also for CarNet as well, and how that interacts with the remote start setup. These are examples of what these sheets look like. And on the left, the dealer fact sheet breaks down what's available. It also what's available as a MDO port installed accessory as well, and gives you some details here as well. The consumer sheet on the right is obviously does not have dealer pricing on it. It's meant to be something that is customer facing, and you can customize it and put an installed price here, so the customer doesn't need to know necessarily what the labor is versus the parts, etc. But this is a great selling tool once you do settle on an installed price I would encourage you to put a sheet like this not only in your service and sales departments, but perhaps even in every vehicle once they're being PDI'd, and that way the customers themselves may stumble on it and may ask questions when taking delivery of the vehicle. Lots of other selling resources here. I'd remind you about the accessory rebate. At this time, it's 15%, but it does change from quarter to quarter. One of the great selling tools also is to let your customers know that any dealer installed accessory is then, if it's done at the time of delivery, it is actually covered by the new vehicle limited warranty. So that is a nice little closing tool there as well. The installation video and tech info I just mentioned, marketing IQ resources. Also in the accessory catalog, you can, although remote start is not something you necessarily see, it is something that can be listed in the accessory configurator, and customers can price it out there as well. And then some other tools in the accessory catalog include the Magic Pocket, which you can display if you install it and put the vehicle on the showroom floor. You'd want to put the addendum right there on the window. And then all sorts of other customizable sell sheets, brochures, email templates, and signage that you can use to promote it around your dealership. So, just to sum up, what you really need to do if you're going to come together to sell remote start, have it broken down here basically by department. And I would start, the service department. I'd really get the technicians, service manager, service consultants, take a look at that video. It's 2.5 minutes long, and it shows just how easy the installation is. In the past, our remote start kits, I know, have not been the most straightforward installation, and these new generation remote start kits are a lot easier. Agree on internal and external labor times and labor charges. The suggested time on the extended range kits are 2 hours, but I do know that a lot of our technicians are getting that done in a lot less time. So something that may be motivation for a technician to get done. So it's something that needs to be discussed. Service advisors, should know what's going on with the remote start, have access to the sell sheets as well, and perhaps maybe even giving them some sort of incentive to sell, maybe something that you want to come up with. The parts department, I think you already need to know what you need to know, but the application matrix, which you can access right there through Marketing IQ, that's something you want to have at your fingertips so that you know which vehicles can take what. You'll, of course, want to stock the basic kits, remote start kits and the extended range kits, and then again work with service to come up with an installed price. And the sales department, you'll want to get as much of that information as possible. Get your hands on those sell sheets and use them to promote it with your customers, but also to help inform all the sales consultants as well as the F&I manager so they know what's available for which vehicles. And again, have that in one installed price so that you're not, these kits are pretty much the same application throughout. So we're not going to have 2, 3, 4 different price points. So make it easy for your sales department by giving them one price and just say, hey, you want extended range of remote start? It's going to cost you X. And that will make it easy for them to present to the customers and make it more likely to sell. And then, of course, make sure you're promoting the DIA rebate and the warranty as well. That will help close the sale. And, on the right-hand side of the page there, we just, this is basically what the consumer wants. They want a single installed price. They want quick turnaround. And then the rebate and the warranty, that will all help close the sale. And just finally on the bottom there, the what's in it for me, with them, as you see there, We just want to make sure everybody in the dealership's on the same page and they're motivated to sell. If they don't have the knowledge, they're going to be intimidated. They're not going to offer it to the customer. If they're going to have to fish around for a price, they don't want to look silly in front of a customer. So make it easy for a service department, for the sales department to sell. And are there incentives in place to help motivate? That's just a tip that I would pass along to you. Okay, finally, we're going to get into the what exactly is it that you can sell. There is the remote engine start, which some of our vehicles come with from the factory. And then there's the extended range kit, which we're going to be selling through the dealers. So first of all, most of our new models, 2020 and later, you can sell the extended range remote start kit on. So it covers there, you see Atlas and Crossport, Tiguan, Taos, Jetta, and Arteon. The Passat, there is a kit available. I'll touch on that briefly, but it does not fall into the same category with what you see on the slide here. So if a vehicle does not have remote start, so if it's one of the basic models like the S or SE models that don't come with remote start, the left-hand side is an example of what you would sell. It's the basic kit, which is essentially the image on the left with the relay and the activation code, and then the extended range kit as an add-on on the right. Now, you could also, a customer, if they didn't want extended range, they just wanted a standard remote start kit, that's a $181 kit. It is possible to just install that, but you will not get a key fob like you see pictured in the extended range kit. So you would have to, like our old remote start kits, you'd have to order a cut key and a new key fob that has the extra button for remote start, and then you would have to get it coded to the vehicle. So by the time you purchase that and add that cost, you're essentially at about the same price as what the extended range kit is. And that extended range kit does come with the key fob and gives you that extra quarter-mile range. So it's recommended that although you could offer the standard kit as a dealer installed accessory on those vehicles, I would recommend that you sell it the way it's pictured there on the left, sell both kits together at the MSRP up, it's $405, and then it's 1 hour suggested labor for each kit, so it would be 2 hours total on the suggested time on the left. Now, if a vehicle has remote start, the SELs, the SEL premiums, I believe some of the SE with techs have remote start from the factory, or if it was a port installed MDO accessory, you could still sell customers the extended range kit, which adds the quarter-mile range. So that is available there. Standalone, it would be that 000 part number you see there, and then 1 hour installation. So you can actually sell on vehicles with and without remote start kit. Just for a second, just going to touch on the Passat kit. The Passat kit is still available. It is one of the traditional kits, if you will, where you do have to get a cut key and key fob. So it is available here. You see the part numbers, and it's about a 2 hour installation time. Okay, so the matrix for figuring out what goes in what vehicles, this is also accessed there in Marketing IQ. And those resources I showed you earlier. So with this example here, you have a customer that says they've got a 2022 Taos S, the standard model. What can you offer? Well, you look here on the matrix, and you'll see the Taos S. It does not come with the remote start, so you would sell these two part numbers, the 3CM number would be the standard remote start kit. The 000 number would be the extended range kit, and then that would come with the key fob and everything pictured on the slide before. And that's what would be available for that vehicle. And then you can see if the Taos was an SE or SEL model, it does come with standard remote start from the factory, but you could sell the extended range as an add-on. Just one more example. Let's say we have a higher end model of an Atlas SEL, and again, that would come with the extended range, come with the standard remote start, so you could offer the extended range add-on here. So another thing that you will want to do again is to agree on an installed price for the dealership that to offer to the customer to make it profitable for everyone. And coming up with running some numbers together, service manager or parts manager should probably start together, perhaps offer discounted labor to the sales department if that's in the cards, factor in the DIA rebate and offer the customer a single installed price. It would be a way for the dealership to make a healthy profit and to give the customers something that they really want at a price that they would want to pay. Just one last thing on profit that we should not forget is whatever you do with the dealer installed accessory, you obviously have the gross profit on the parts, you have the gross profit on the labor, but please don't forget the impact that increasing your DIA purchases could mean to the dealer's overall profit. If you are a dealer that normally performs in this lower range of DIA and you're getting somewhere in the neighborhood of, let's say, 10%, if you all of a sudden raise your DIA purchases, that extra remote start kits that you start selling, maybe a couple of weeks, all of a sudden you're at this $100 mark. You're going to earn 15% back, not only on the increased DIA, not only in the overall DIA, but you will receive 15%, that extra 5 points, on all accessories, including the MDO purchases that the dealership makes. And MDO, just on the average, or at least as a company for Volkswagen, MDO purchases are about 4 to 5 times what DIA purchases are. So that can be a really, really big part of the profit strategy for your dealership, and I would encourage you to factor that in as well. Okay, so just to summarize everything we've talked about, thank you for sticking with me on this video. But I just wanted to review what we're doing here with remote start. And again, why sell it? Customer satisfaction, the gross profit, of course, and then promoting the dealership accessory culture. How do you sell it? Watch the video on VW Cup. Ask technical questions. Use the resources in Marketing IQ, sell sheets, the application matrix, and then, of course, the Volkswagen accessory catalog with tons of information in there. And what do you do next? What are the next steps for you? Again, familiarize yourself with the vehicles and applications that you can sell on. Make sure that everyone is on the same page with an installed price. Make it easy for your sales and service teams to sell remote start to your customers. And then please use all of the selling tools that we provide to you, including sell sheets, the DIA rebate, the warranty, of course. There on the bottom, there's just the path again for those resources in Marketing IQ. And when mentioning remote start, just please remember the CarNet feature, which is a really cool add-on. Using your phone to start your vehicle is a really, really cool feature that I use, probably once a day, if not more. And your customers will want to do that as well. And so I will say thank you for sticking with me on this. If you have any questions whatsoever on what you saw here, my information is there on the screen. Please give me a call, send me an email, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.